every Tuesday I come to you to bring you someone that has achieved the state of power in their life and done whatever they had to do in their life to get in a powerful position. Today I have Donovin Darius. You might know Donovan, 10 years in the NFL? 10 years in the NFL, played 9 seasons for Jacksonville, 1 season with Miami. Mm-hmm. How was that season with Miami?
That was a tough season. That's the year we won 15.
3 consecutive years set records for Jacksonville Jaguars franchise player. Today he's a mentor and performance coach. You're doing some great things in the world. He's a professional speaker working with companies and corporations, available at events, and I'm so proud, so honored to have you here today in studio.
Well, I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So look, before we go talk about the NFL and what you're doing today, all right, tell me about young Donovan, okay, young Double D.
Yeah.
Where you grew up?
Yeah, I grew up in Camden, New Jersey. It was 5 of us. My mom had 5 kids by the age of 23. I had a father who went to the military, to the Marines, came back, and again, growing up, man, very, very humble beginnings. Mm-hmm. It was one of those situations where I would walk outside my house. On one side was gangs, on another side was guys selling drugs. I mean, everything around me. There wasn't anything that you can look at to say that you can really be anything. And so it was a lot of depression. It was a lot of crime. Matter of fact, Camden was rated the number 4 most dangerous city to live in, and number 10 in terms of violent crimes. And so
now let me ask you. So how did you guys end up there? How did you and your mom's dad, or how did your dad and your mom end up in that neighborhood?
Well, they grew up there. Their moms and dads was from that area, that Delaware Valley, Philadelphia area, and they just happened to meet, and we lived in Camden for as long as I knew.
So your dad he's in the military. So is he serving or?
No, he's passed away a couple of years ago.
Okay, but at that time when you were growing up, was he serving in the military?
No, he was home. He was back home. Okay. But what was interesting, Grant, was seeing my dad, and that's why I love the military. Seeing my dad come back with some issues and understand that no matter how hard he tried, he was, we were talking about the military earlier. No matter how hard he tried, he was still a byproduct of some of the things he experienced. So.
Yeah. And your mom, what did she do? Was she
my mom did. Yeah, she did everything she could. She would work 2 jobs. She would work 2 jobs when she could. And that, I tell you what, that's one of the things that drove me, because I kept seeing my mom work the way she did. Mm-hmm. Like all that I am, all that I will be, I owe it to my mom. Mm-hmm. Because she was a powerful woman who there was many days, man, spent time in a room by herself, crying, not knowing what in the world she was going to do to raise 5 kids by the age of 23. And so, but she everything she did, she poured into us. To right now, my whole family, my oldest brother, he works as a minister. My sister, she works at the school as a dean coach, dean of graduation. My other brother works as a correctional officer. My other brother has his own barbershop. So it's been instilled in us a sense of service, a sense of community. But all that came from just our upbringing. So when did you, at what age did you, forget the NFL for a second. Sure.
When did you know you were going to be a man of service, of inspiration? Was that young? Were you looking for something as a kid?
I tell you, at a very young age, I remember coming home many times and coming in the house and just checking the light switch to see if we had electricity, because we didn't have a lot of money. A lot of times our lights was off. Other times I would go in the refrigerator and see what's in there, and there really wasn't anything in there. Many times we went to the hospital to go see my mom because she was there for complications with her heart from just stress. And so I remember going through all those things. I remember going through the streets and streets of Camden, and being afraid to walk down certain streets because of gangs and bullies and you name it. And so I got to the point where I went to talk to a counselor one time, at my school.
How old are you at this point?
I was about 11 years old.
Okay.
And I tried to tell him everything that's going on, and try to get his help. And what he told me changed my life. He told me, he said, Donovan, I feel sorry for all that you're going through. He said, but always remember this. He said, you'll always be a black kid from Camden, New Jersey. And what he said then, what he thought was going to destroy me or get me in a place where he wanted me to accept it, I didn't accept it. I used that as my motivation. I said, you know what? Somebody else's opinion of me.
Did you know it then, or did you know that later?
I knew it later, but at the moment he said it, at the moment he said it, I realized that, you know what, I felt sad because of what he said.
Yeah.
But there was just this inner waking. It was just this inner waking in me. I mean, that was saying that at the end of the day, that's not who you are. That's not what you're created to be. That doesn't have to be somebody else's. And the story does not have to be yours.
Yeah.
And so I just continued to just start pushing, and I thought sports was a way. And whether it's grades, whatever it may be, I just started to continue to go because I wanted to change the situation for my family. Yeah, that's how I started.
Youngest kid? Where
I'm in the middle.
Five?
I'm in the middle. Yeah, I got an older brother, Gene, older brother, sisters, Felicia, younger brother, Antoine, and younger brother, Chris.
And was your dad working?
No, he was on disability.
Oh, got it. Okay.
And
So
so
your mom was the breadwinner.
Yes.
Your dad was at home, and you guys were poor. It sounds like you were.
Yeah.
Poor.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yes. I mean, POO part.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We were what it was, and like I said, my mom.
Did you know you were poor?
No, when you're poor, you don't know because
you don't know when you're poor.
You don't know that you're poor because everybody around you has some of the same situations.
Right.
You know, as long as you have a new pair of sneakers, you have school clothes come school day. You know, when school first starts, then I think you feel like you made it.
Yeah. Donovin Darius is in studio. He's on Power Players with him. We're going to come back and talk about his career in the NFL. 10 years. That's a long time for a ball player, right?
The average career is 3.
Yeah. 10 years in the NFL. And most importantly, what he's doing now on Instagram, he's Donovin Darius Empowers. We'll throw that. Oh, there it is right there. We'll throw that up so you have it. If you have questions, post them in comments. I'll make sure Donovin gets them. And I want you to know what he's doing. I want your company to hire this guy. When we come back from break, we're going to talk more with him, okay? You got anything coming out? You're working on this the video program.
Yeah, but I actually have my book.
Yeah, let's talk about the book.
Yeah.
Let's grab the book. Elena, can you grab his book out of this?
Oh.
That's okay. I do that all the time.
No, we do it over and over again around here.
There you go. I already pulled it down. I guess I might as well keep going, right?
But hey, John, rather than you whistle, just do 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Or you'll see.
2 minutes?
Where can people get this right?
Yeah, they can get it on our website, DonovanDarius.com.
Okay.
And it's on Amazon.
It's on Amazon, right?
Yeah, it's on Amazon. Yeah, there you go. So that's probably even the fastest way.
Yeah, I'll throw it in there. I need the